Story 1: The Neighbor Who Never Left. When I was about 12 years old, a new man moved into the house next door. No one ever saw him during the day, but every night around midnight the lights in his house would turn on. My bedroom window faced his backyard, and one night I noticed something strange. He would stand perfectly still in the yard, staring at our house. At first I thought maybe he was just smoking or getting fresh air, but he didn't move. He just stood there, night after night. One evening I told my dad about it. He looked out the window and saw the man standing there too. The next day my dad went next door to talk to him, but no one answered the door. A few days later the police came. Apparently the house had been abandoned for months. No one was supposed to be living there. To this day I still wonder who was standing in that yard, watching our house every night. Story 2: The Knock at 3 a.m. A college student named Ryan was home alone during winter break. Around 3 in the morning he woke up to a loud knock at the front door. He checked the time on his phone. 3:03 a.m. He looked outside the window but couldn't see anyone. Then the knocking happened again. Slow. Heavy. 3 knocks. Ryan opened the door slightly and looked outside. The porch was empty, but as he closed the door, he heard footsteps running across the side of the house. The next morning he checked the security camera. What he saw terrified him. At 3:03 a.m. someone had walked up to the door, but they were standing just out of view of the porch light, watching the house, waiting. Story 3: Something in the Woods. A group of friends were camping deep in the forest. Around midnight they started hearing footsteps outside their tent. At first they thought it was just an animal, but the footsteps were slow and heavy. Then one of them heard breathing right outside the tent. No one moved, no one spoke. After a few minutes the footsteps circled around the tent and disappeared into the woods. The next morning they found footprints around the campsite, but the footprints were strange. They looked human, but they were far too large, and they only led toward the tent. There were no footprints leading away.